What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome. What is up, guys? Holy crap. We're pumping right now. What's going on, Adam? What is going on? It's over here. Hey, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, guys. Just giving everybody a few minutes. Or a few seconds. We're not going to give them any. Not going to give them minutes. Adam, 70 billion. Nice, bro. That's a solid bag right there. There we go. Daddy, here we go again, brother. Let's go. Let's go. You guys know I had to jump in on the live today. I know it's so early. Some places it's like it's early morning time, right? So it is what it is. That's what we're here for. What's going on, everybody? So let's just jump right into this. So exciting times right now. Nice little pump that we're having right now. Milady is breaking out. Let's see if this is going to be, just a quick giga pump or if we're going to have a nice little run. You can see right now we are up towards the 58, mapping out exactly what we've seen just from this morning. We've seen a solid 10% pump. I mean, nothing too crazy, right? But it is very nice to see a nice, just green candles pointing to the sky. It really is. It's very nice. It kind of just reminds you that, when we get into this bull run, imagine how fast these things are going to go. We're going to have days where we're going to have massive green candles where I'm talking about 50, 60, 70% up, especially right now while we can take advantage of this small market cap that we still have. You're going to have these dramatic moves like crazy. $42 million, still such a small market cap, right? I mean, that's the biggest selling point that we always talk about with Milady right now is that the fact that just the market cap is so small compared to a lot of other meme coins that are on the same level as Milady. Milady is 1/10, 1/5, some of them 1/20th of a market cap of some of these of the meme coins, right? So just to be able to get in on a project like Milady that is going to have some crazy pumps, some crazy gains in this next bull run, to be able to jump in right now, and I feel like Milady has just given us so much time, so much opportunity to really just keep accumulating, right? I mean, you don't really get that with a lot of projects. Usually, you don't hear about the projects until they're already pumped. Well, with Milady, the word's out there, right? It's who's actually going to take advantage of it. And I see all of us definitely going to reap the benefits as we get into this next bull market for sure. So what's going on, guys? So again, like I said, we're sitting at around the $42 million mark. Milady is at the 58. You can see, and I'm going to look to see, I think if we're going to look at some spots that we possibly might be coming up to and that we might get some massive resistance, the first spot that I actually am going to map out right here, and we'll start adding some lines to the chart. Not that I already have massive lines. If I zoom out, I'll show you guys. I have like literally massive lines. When we were on our way up last time, I was mapping everything out. So I would probably say, because I'm looking not just right here, but I'm looking back here and over here when we were kind of coming down and when we kind of had this little bounce. I'm looking to see at spots that we might have hit our head multiple times. Nothing's really standing out. Let's see where we're hitting our head right now, possibly. So it's 58.35. Let's zoom in. Let me get out of that real quick. Let's zoom in. So this green line's indicating where we're at right now, and kind of looking to see where we are going to find some solid, let's do a fib retracement, small fib retracement on where we're at right now. Might need to move that over a little bit. So if you guys are just jumping in, welcome, guys. We're kind of just mapping out right now. Obviously, Milady is going on a nice pump. She has woken up from the dead. And she is basically telling you guys, don't forget about me. Do not forget about Milady, because we're going to do some big things here in this next bull market. Real quick, while I am getting these fib retracement all wrapped up, Make sure you guys hit the like. We got 15 people, 7 likes. Come on, guys. At least pump it for me, ladies, right? At least hit the like for me, ladies. Even if you don't like me, just hit it for me, ladies, right? Just kidding. Just kidding here. I'm trying to see. So, just in like weird areas. I really don't like this fib retracement. You can see obviously with the points, the 618 right here, you can see that's where the channel we've been sitting in, and that's pretty much where we've been tapping where we were basically finding a solid spot of support the last like 2 weeks or maybe week and a half. And you can see it kind of started our slow but sure move towards the upside. If we're going to move towards any spots that are going to be some spots of resistance, I mean, right now you can see we're battling this top right here where it just got rejected at the 58. But if you look at anything recently, the 58 really, where we're at right now is kind of, it's like a spot where I can't find, me personally, cannot find any spot. Maybe we need to go back. Let's move back a little bit and see before we started taking off over here. See, look where we're at right now, right? There's really not much resistance that I can see. You know, even moving up. Well, actually, hold on here. When we were on our way up, when we were on our way back up, you can see we're basically hitting our head, kind of where this green candle was right here. This was back in December, early December. You can see when we were retracing and going on our way up, and you can see some of these channel markers that we have. We were kind of, when this was on our way up, the last pump about 6 weeks ago. You guys can see that we kind of reached, and this is obviously going to be, you know, well, actually, these are only a few days, right? So sat in this channel for a few days, right? Started making a pump. You can see right here where the green line is exactly where we're at right now. You can see we actually did get rejected once or maybe a few times, retraced back towards the 56, and then started moving back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we can continue to have some kind of a run that we're on right now. Hopefully it's not short-lived and we can actually, you know, see a nice run right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that where we maybe hit our head somewhere where we're at right now, retrace somewhere around the 56. That was previous spot. I'm going based off of the last pump. You know, this right here is freaking like a big scramble of crap that I can't even really, I'm like trying to map out, you know, spots that we've hit our head on and we've maybe, you know, found some support, resistance, stuff like that. But, you know, if we do retrace, possibly maybe looking around this 382 at the 55, somewhere around there, and maybe continuing a nice pump. But you can see this pump is not over with whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised. I think right now, looking at the last few weeks, obviously a pivotal spot that we're gonna want to break is gonna be right here, this 59. And this right below the 60, right at this 59.5 is going to be pivotal spots. You can see that since we've gone, you know, obviously these pumps that we had a few weeks ago where it looked like we were really jumping back up and then we kind of retraced, this is where we got rejected. Right here at this, right below the 60 and right here at this 59. So hopefully we can see it during the live and see what's going on here. And we'll see how it plays out. BP was saying, what's good, bro? We are here live. Let's see, buried in snow over here in Canada. Let's go. Nice, bro. So you guys have some nice snow, man. I'm a little jealous just because I live down in Florida, so we don't ever see any snow. But I'm sure you're probably annoyed with snow, you know. But it comes with the territory of living all the way up. You guys are like 100 miles south of the Arctic Circle, so you know you're up there, bro. Believe it or not, it's been pretty chilly in Florida. We've been down. Every night it's been getting down in the 40s. I know you're like the 40s, really? You got to remember, we're down in the tropics. We're down here in the tropics, dude. So 40 degrees is pretty damn chilly. Pretty damn chilly. Now, let's check out real quick. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin, right? Why is Milady particularly pumping today? I wonder why. And I'm going to show you guys a couple things that I'm a little confused on. But for Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin has been, and I told you guys this, the last videos, the last streams that we've been having, Bitcoin has been sitting in this channel, right? Just like Milady, it's been sitting in a channel where it's hitting its head on certain spots, particularly for Bitcoin, around, I actually got to zoom out because this channel is actually right here. So you can see we topped out around here at the 43.8, and you can see we keep bottoming out at right under that 42 at around 41.9, we'll call it, right? So we've been consolidating in this circle. Now that the SMAs, you can see a lot of these moving averages. This is on the 15-minute only, but you can see they've all, the SMA moving averages are pretty much almost lined up, which usually when that happens, there's going to be some kind of a break. Is it going to be towards the up or is it going to be towards the downside? If I was to put my money on it right now, I would honestly say that we're probably going to see somewhat of a break towards the upside. Now, remember, tomorrow's Sunday. There's always some kind of a sell-off or a little bit of a low volume for the weekends, Sunday particularly. But I think as this week continues, and like I said, we get past this Fed meeting that we just had, we're not even going to talk about the ETF debacle and everything like that we've been getting past. The sell pressure from Grayscale has died out a lot, right? I've been telling you guys, as all that is start to get behind us, right? It's in the rearview mirror. We're going to start slowly getting back on track to where we were going, right? We were around 45,000 Bitcoin was real comfortable, and you can see it was slowly trying to make breakouts towards that 48, 49, 50,000, right? We had that one breakout that we broke. Obviously, ETF-wise, we broke up towards the 49,000 mark very, very briefly, but it was quickly rejected, and that actually caused us to start breaking down where we found support ultimately right now at the local low at around 38,500. So you guys can feel it in the air. Like I tell you guys, it's like one day we're this, one day we're that, right? 1 week it's like this, 1 week it's like that. It's real finicky, the market. One week everything's looking great. You have your favorite YouTubers out predicting that Bitcoin's going to $300,000, $1 million, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then next week we have a little bit of a sell-off or whatever the hell is going on, and now your favorite Bitcoin's calling for a $10,000 Bitcoin, right? So it's just like everybody's back and forth. But you can feel we're kind of getting back to where we were pre-ETF, right? Pre-ETF, like I told you guys, no matter what, they can't take away from us is this halving that's coming up in April. And I think that as we start getting closer towards the halving, we're going to start, I don't think we're going to have this major breakout where Bitcoin's just going to shoot up to $75,000. But I think as we approach this halving, Bitcoin, if everything stays the way it is and we don't see any kind of black swan events, Bitcoin particularly is going to be somewhere around that $50,000 mark, if not exceeding 50,000. So, with that being said, a lot of projects, not just Milady, but all your favorite altcoins are most likely going to start reacting positively as we start getting back towards that 45,000 mark and getting up towards the 50,000s. You're going to see those altcoins, I think, at least get back to those levels that we were at 5 weeks ago, where a lot of them were, pumped up. We were up 100, 200% on a lot of these projects. Obviously, we've cooled off a lot since then, but like a project like Milady, if we were to actually look and see like what am I talking about? Back to what levels, right? I think that Milady most likely will, at least as we start getting in the next few weeks, maybe month, 2 months, as Bitcoin starts getting back towards that 50,000, I think we're gonna break this zero again, right? We're gonna drop that zero and we're gonna get back up towards, at least I see these levels right here, because you can see this is where we were kind of bouncing as we were on our way up. We obviously saw this massive move up, and I'm not saying that we're not going to get there, because we're going to fly right by this local high. But I'm saying as we start moving up, we're going to find some solid spots for some support again, and I'm thinking it's most likely going to be around this 10 to possibly up here towards this 12 mark. You can see as we were up, and I'm going to open the chart up a little bit, you can see we spent a lot of time around these areas, right around the 14 and then around this 10 mark. So that's where I think that we're going to kind of get back into those levels. And if we were to map out as far as a move back up to there, I mean, that's going to be a solid move. So moving back up towards these levels right here, we'll just say this line of resistance, because remember, it was support. As we're on our way back up, it's going to be resistance. But going up to that line, we're talking about 100% move. 100%, 120% move we're most likely going to be seeing in these next few weeks, or if not in the next maybe month or two. Because remember, April is only 2 months away. Not even, right? I don't know exactly the exact day of the halvening. It says 72 days. So if we were to look at 72 days, I believe, obviously there's about 30 days in each month. So we're looking at about 2 months and a week. So somewhere around mid-April is what we're looking at as far as the halvening. So I'm predicting Bitcoin's going to start moving up. We're going to be probably around that 50,000 mark in the next 6 weeks possibly. And I'm thinking that we're most likely going to see a lot of these alts really start reacting in the next 6 to 8 weeks. So I hope you guys are ready. I think today is just another little, just like a dose of just letting you know what we're going to see whenever we start moving. You can see while I was chit-chatting, Milady actually just went up towards 59 and got rejected. What did I say? Look at this. Right here, this is where we're going to probably have a nice little battle. Milady jumped up to 59.4, and you can see it got rejected once. So as we look at some other stuff right now in the market, I'm going to pull up that daily chart for Milady so we can actually just look exactly to see where we're getting rejected. Look at these SMAs. That looks beautiful. This is obviously on the 1 minute right here, but you can see, look how we've been respecting this 20-day SMA. It looks absolutely fabulous right now, to where maybe we are going to see this continued pump just moving up as we, make new little local highs, get rejected, make new local highs, get rejected. As long as we hold this 20-day SMA, this pump is going to stay alive. So let's see here. Tony said, good morning. What's going on, guys? I know it's early stream. I have some stuff that I have to do today, so I didn't want to, and I know I didn't have a stream last night. We had a video come out, but not a stream last night. Fridays are a little bit iffy for me because I usually, I have dinner plans and stuff like that, and usually the streams are around 6 or 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so it kind of conflicts. So that's why I made sure to come up with a video last night. But during the week, you guys we're solid. Every day, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Weekends, a little bit earlier, right? Weekends are a little bit earlier, so let's see here. So Gene said, do you think Bitcoin will hit all-time highs before April? So let me make sure I think about this properly. So all-time highs, let's go to the Bitcoin chart real quick and zoom out. So remember, Bitcoin's all-time high was around $68,000, right? We're around $68,000. Let's zoom out real quick. I mean, look at this. I don't know if I want to get rid of this beautiful drawing that I have right here. Just kidding. And it's funny. Thank you, Gene, for kind of reminding me to bring this chart back up. We were covering this a few weeks ago when we were kind of, anticipating a drop. So real quick to answer Gene's question. So remember, our all-time high is $69,000, right? We are honestly, look at where we're at right now to this all-time high. We're not far from this all-time high. Do you guys remember what the altcoins did during this time frame right here? Alts went absolutely insane. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys didn't get scared on these last few weeks, these last month, because I understand, going through it all, it stinks, but I hope you guys are really taking advantage of these dips that we're having, right? Because you can see as we zoom out for Bitcoin, we are not far away from all-time highs. Now, Gene asks, do I think that we're going to possibly see us break all-time highs before April? I don't. If you were to ask me, would you? I mean, I'm trying to think, because it's there's such a possibility, right? There's such a possibility that we could possibly see us break or at least get near these all-time highs. Looking at the chart, we're not far away. I mean, let's map out from where we're at right now to the all-time high. Bitcoin would have to make about a 60% move. It's not unheard of for Bitcoin to make a move like that, right? It's really not unheard of. If I had to give an answer right now, I would say before April. No, it's so hard to say it. I would say no. I don't think that we're gonna. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, right? I hope I'm wrong, but I honestly think as we get closer to April, if we continue to this kind of way that we're moving right now with Bitcoin, I think we might be near all-time highs, right? I think we might be in the realm of $55,000 to $65,000 possibly, right? Now remember, this is all speculation and also this is with us not getting hit with a curveball. There's curveballs. Everybody's like in the government and stocks. They want to take out Bitcoin, right? They want to take Bitcoin out. They don't want to see it survive. So, with the fact that, let's say there's no curveballs thrown in our direction and we continue the movement that we have right now, yes, I think that we could possibly get near all-time highs. Now, do I think if we do, let's say the halving comes and we're about $57,000, right? Do I think that we're going to break all-time highs this year? 100%. If we can be at least above 55,000 towards this halving, I think we're going to break all-time highs definitely this year. So you never know. It could be the next month after the halving, 2 months after the halving. Now, with that being said, I hope I answered your question, Gene. It's hard really to give out that prediction because we're so close, right? I want to say hell yeah, we're gonna break it, right? But I also want to make sure that I'm being logical, right? I want to make sure that I'm thinking clearly here, and I honestly think that we're going to be close to it. I hope that I'm wrong and we're well past it, right? I hope for all of our sakes. Now, one thing that we were talking about as we were kind of going through a little rut the last few weeks, last month or two, I was pointing out, and I wanted to just bring it up again, was that when we were pumping, remember this is back in 2020, right? September, October, we started making some moves, kind of like October of 2023, right? We started making moves. We started breaking out. As we get into November, December, we start breaking out. 2021 comes January. We're about where we're at right now. We're actually a little bit higher than what we were. But what I want to point out and what I want to show you guys, and I've showed this plenty of times on the channel, was that when we made this all-time high at the time, this was an all-time high at around 42,000. Look at this dip that we actually went through. It was a 31% drop that we saw, right? Scared the hell out of everybody in the market. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people that were, fresh into the market. I'll raise my hand and say I was one of them, because I had just jumped in the market around 2020, and we're shooting up, and I'm like, yes, this is it. We get up to 42,000, and then we retrace 30%, right? Scared the living daylights out of a lot of people that weren't built for this life yet, right? So we dropped down 30%, and what followed? We made a new all-time high, right? We dropped down 31%, made a new all-time high right here at $58,000. 100% rebound from this drop right here, from this low to here. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because what we just went through, I'm gonna map it out and show you guys, but we just saw, I believe it was like a 20% drop. Now remember, history is not going to be exact. It's not going to be exact. We're in a different kind of realm, you can kind of say, than we were back down in 2020, 2021. But a lot of times history will rhyme and it will look very similar. So we make this new all-time high right here at around 58,000, and look what we did. We retraced another 26%. Now, again, everybody was like, Bitcoin's going back down to 10,000. Like I told you guys, your favorite YouTubers, 1 week they're like here, 1 week they're like this. It's like they're like, just all over the place, right? And I don't blame them because, it's you have people asking you like, what is your prediction? And as we're pumping up, we're going to the moon. As we start seeing 10-15% moves, you're like, crap, maybe we're dropping back down to $20,000, But, looking back at it, you can see we made a new all-time high. This drop wasn't as dramatic. We saw 31%. We saw a 20% drop. And you can see, what did we do after that 20% drop? Made a new all-time high right here. We made a new all-time high, pumped up 44% right here at the $62,000. And look what happened again. There was another drop. But it wasn't as dramatic. Now this one was 18%. So what I'm trying to get, and I want you guys to understand, is that as we start moving up, all these drops are natural. All these drops are natural as we're moving up. So we made it up to 49,000, right? And let's see here. We made it up to 49,000, and look at this drop that we just had. It was about 21%. 21% drop as we made this new local high, right? Made it up to 49, dropped 21%. Now it looks like we're trying to retrace and get back up. Wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, no curveballs get thrown. We make some kind of a move up towards where this next resistance is going to be at around $52,000, right? And that'll kind of line up in the next few weeks. 52,000. Maybe we do another little retrace, 15, maybe 20% again. Drop down towards the 45,000, find some support, and we move towards, as we're getting towards the halving over in on April, we're somewhere around, $55,000 plus dollars, So that's pretty much what I'm waiting to see in kind of a prediction, as far as Bitcoin, because a lot of times it will do a lot of similar things whenever we go back into these bull markets, these 4-year cycles. They often look very similar. Now, with Milady, you can see we made it up to about 59,000, got rejected, and now we're breaking down. We need to see where we're going to bounce. But, all in all, it doesn't matter right now, for Milady. We see a nice pump. We see days like this, even if it's short-lived and we go right back to where we were at, I honestly could care less, because I am continuing to just dollar cost average in. I'm going to continue to just add to my bag, because I know as we start moving in to what I just showed you guys with Bitcoin, Milady is going to react positively, and Milady is going to start making some big waves here. So so let's see here. Someone said maybe a big B, like a big buy. Is that what you mean? Like that's what gave us the pump? Possibly. We're going to look at some things here. Soul said Milady just went up, and PRQ went up too. Nice. Oh, Soul, you're in PRQ. Craig, I don't think Craig's in today, but he's been having us monitor PRQ. It looks pretty solid. Soul said I was acting like a crackhead when I didn't see you go live yesterday. My bad, dude. Fridays, like I said, Fridays are a little bit, I want to do it, but at the same time, if I don't have any dinner plans, because like I'm with my daughter and my family, usually I spend Friday nights with the family, and we'll go out, because we've had a not a long week, but during the week we usually just eat at home, make dinner, stuff like that. So Friday nights we usually will go out to dinner, and it kind of conflicts with when I go on live. So that's usually what I'm doing. So that's why like today I make sure, I had a video yesterday morning because I knew that I probably wasn't going to make it to live. And then obviously, Sunday morning comes, I'm right here with you guys. So my bad, dude. Randy said, what's your estimate for Milady in the bull run? Good question, bro. Good question. This question always pops up as we start pumping, right? So one thing, I pull up coin market cap, Randy. One thing I do is, because of the fact that we have, I think it's like how many zeros do we have? Like 5 zeros, I think, in front of us, or I don't even know now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. I might have miscounted a zero, but the point is we have so many zeros in front of us that it's hard to actually give out a number, right? Like we're going to be at, 5 cents. Would never say that. But what I do use is the market cap. So right now we're about $42 million, right? My prediction in this next bull run, conservatively, for Milady, and I've been saying this, and it might change as we start, getting towards, these big pumps. It might move up, but conservatively right now, I've been saying I could see Milady get to a range of about $2 to $8 billion market cap at its high in this next bull run. So if you were to map just on the lower spectrum, $2 billion, where we're at right now, that's about $2 billion from where we're at right now. So if you jump up, a 10x right now would be 400, right? 400 million. A 20x would be 800 million. So you're looking at, let's see here. So a 20x would be 800 million. We're looking at somewhere around a 45x at around $2 billion, a 45x from where we're at right now. So if you were to do that in price, you'd have to pull out your calculator and actually see. I believe I've done it before. I believe that drops like 1.5 zeros, maybe 2 zeros. But if you go to the higher of the spectrum, about $8 billion market cap, you're looking at about 160, 170x from right now. So imagine we just get to about $8 billion, right? And I know that sounds a little crazy, right? $8 billion, but remember, Shiba's right now at around over $6 billion. At its prime, Shiba was over $40 billion market cap. So imagine we could easily do, that's a 40% of what Shiba did during the last bull run. We could easily do that for Milady, easily. So if we were to go up to $8 billion, 160, 170x, let's just say you have $1,000 in your portfolio right now, times that by 170. Yeah, that's $170,000 portfolio that you would have just for Milady, not even counting if you have anything else that you're holding, right? So I usually will give predictions as far as conservatively for market caps. Now, at that $8 billion market cap, you're talking about probably dropping about almost 3 zeros, I believe, off of the price that we're at right now. So you can kind of hope that kind of answers your question a little bit. But I usually will do predictions on market cap just because it's a little bit easier to kind of map, and you can do the math on what you're holding and stuff like that. Troy, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So let's see here. Soul said Milady just went up. Oh, yeah, we already read that one. I already read that. Adam, I believe we can lose 3 zeros. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like on the top range, if we were to get to around 8, maybe even $10 billion, that would be 3 zeros taken off of the price right now, for sure. Let's see here. Gene said another good thing, stock market reached all-time high. Yeah, stock market's been doing pretty damn good. I know I've been building a 401k for like the last years, and looking at what I have now, I'm like, wow, the market's doing, because my 401ks, really I have it pretty much like 90% allocated into the SP 500. And that thing is SP 500 has been doing great. So my 401k jumped probably 6 months ago. It jumped up like 50, 60, 70% like out of nowhere. Like it was just like moving, and it's up like crazy right now. So if they didn't tax me so much, I feel like moving, kind of moving that money around. But like if you even try to touch that 401k, boy, they'll tax the hell at like 20%. They'll charge you to do anything like that. So I'm just like, I am not touching that. But I'm not waiting until I'm like 65 or whatever. There's no way in hell I'm waiting that long. So let's look at a couple of things here. While we'll go back to, let's check Milady real quick. Let's see. So it looks like she bounced right here at this fib retracement that we have. Let me zoom out real quick. I meant to upgrade my package on here. Keep forgetting. So you guys can see we made a bounce right here at the 236. Cleanly bounced right there at the 57. So we'll have to see how it is. I will tell you guys, and you guys know, when we make these, this was a dramatic pump. Even though it was like 10, 12% from right here, about 11.5%. I mean, it was fast, right? So you're gonna see these people that maybe jumped in real fast, jumped up, made that 12%, and we'll have a sell-off, which is perfectly fine. Who cares? Let's see where we're gonna hold. If we can hold this 236 or somewhere around there, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a nice little bounce and we continue to move up and maybe break out of this fib retracement. So we'll see how it goes. Now going over to the bubbles real quick, we'll check out the news for the day. You can see just for the day, not really too impressive, right? Not too impressive. I would say looking at the bubbles, we're probably about 55, 45, right? I would say honestly, there's a little bit more red than there is green. Honestly, what it looks like. Jupiter, told you guys to be careful with that project just because it just got released. Told you guys to be very careful with Jupiter. And there's another project that I wanted to show you guys that I just bought in on, just threw a little bit of money in, that actually got hit really hard on the Solana network. Let's see here. Milady, excuse me, just got a brain fart. Milady's wallets is actually technically down a little bit at 17,525. We were up to 17,600 plus just a few weeks ago. It's a little weird. I wonder if something's up with Etherscan, because this doesn't seem correct. That's just a drop down 100 wallets in the last week. Doesn't seem correct, but who knows? We'll come back to that. Real quick, I wanted to look at something real quickly here. Who saw that Myro dropped? Now you guys know we've been mapping Myro, right? We've been mapping Myro, and I remember telling you guys this when Myro was going crazy. When Myro was up at around the market cap was up like $240 million. I was telling everybody, just be careful. Be careful. DeFi, everybody is so freaking like just, everybody that trades in DeFi is like ADD, crypto fanatics, where they will jump in and they jump the hell out fast, right? And they're moving on to a different project. I think Myro will be around. I don't think it's going to be going to zero or anything like that, but I told you guys when Myro was up here that I possibly was going to be buying in. Now, my first thing was like, I'm going to watch. This looks like a spot right here for some support right here at the 17.5 cent. As it broke below it, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to wait. I was like, I'm going to wait. And it made this bounce and it jumped up above right here around 18 cents. I was like, I'm just going to wait. I was like, if this thing, remember I told you guys, if this thing drops below maybe like a $75 million market cap, I'm going to start looking into it. Well, sure enough, yesterday we dropped down. Myro dropped down to about, let's see, the market cap right now is under $50 million, around $49 million, almost pretty much identical to where Milady is, right? So I was like, you know what? You guys know what I look at, right? When I'm looking at projects, I'm looking at what's the market cap, what's the circulating supply. The circulating supply is about 95%. I was like, you know what? Market cap has dropped down to like a micro market cap. I'm going to throw some money in it. So I bought in at the lower 5 cent, pretty much like right at 5 cents. It did drop down to 4.5 cents yesterday, which I don't care because I didn't put much into it. But, I'm just going to pretty much see what's going on with Myro. If we drop down, because you can see there's solid support around that 2 cent mark and kind of where we're at, around 2 cents to 5 cents. So if we drop down anywhere below, like if we start hitting like 3 cent, I'll just buy in pretty much, exactly what I bought in at the 5 cent mark and kind of just bring my average down, right? And if we continue to do that, I'll just continue, because if Myro drops down, let's just say Myro gets down to like $25 million, bro, I'm putting a lot of money into Myro because I feel like this thing's going to have an epic bounce. I honestly don't think that Myro is done. I don't know if we're going to go on a crazy, parabolic run, but even if this thing does like a 2 or 3x and just jumps back up to like 150 million, I definitely will take advantage of it. So, just keep an eye on Myro. I'm not saying you guys mimic exactly what I'm doing, but the fact that we've gotten down to these micro market caps about under $50 million, I definitely, like I said, I bought in at the 50 million, and I will continue to dollar cost average if we continue to drop, for sure. Because I think there's still a big community out there for Myro. I really do think there's a big community out there. And, when DeFi season kind of gets back up and running, I think a lot of these projects that were doing really well just 4 weeks ago are probably going to make more runs or another run, right? And that's Myro, Dog with Hat. You can even throw Bunk in there. Let's see what Bunk's been doing recently, because you don't really hear about Bunk too much. Let's see here. Bunk, it's been slowly bleeding. Nothing crazy. And I called this out too. I told you guys, be careful. My big thing with Bunk was that it was, at the time, it was at like a $1.2 billion market cap. I was like, be careful with Bunk. Bunk is at that market cap where it's pretty much topped out. And that's exactly what it did. And since then, it's dropped down about 50%. So, Bunk, I'm not really interested in jumping in on Bunk just because the market cap is relatively high. If this thing, for whatever reason, dropped down to like $100 million, then I would start looking at it. But, I'll put my money in other projects that I feel like I might get better gains, like Milady and now, Myro. So, Jupiter real quick, because Jupiter's been a big hot thing on Solana. You guys know, I told you guys this thing when it released said be very careful with Jupiter. Be very careful with Jupiter. I don't think the selling pressure is over with, just because it just dropped. You had a lot of people jump in on pre-sale, and they even still are holding on to this day right now. And you got to remember, when you invest in a project, selective, people can get in on some of these projects pre-sale. They're going to give them a fraction of the price that they're going to release at, and a fraction of the price that probably it's at right now. So you have people still holding from pre-sale that are probably still 2x up, right? Still up 2x. So, I would just be very cautious. I think from history playing itself out with a lot of projects, especially swaps, whenever they get released with their own coin, they'll be hot, but they'll do a nice big drop, and they'll kind of look like they're flatlined, and then they'll drop more, and like 6 months down the road, you'll probably see a bottom. Maybe it will be around where it's at right now, around 50, 60 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing maybe drops down to like a $500 million market cap, which would bring it down towards probably around that 40, 50 cent mark. Actually, I'm sorry, 30 to 40 cent mark, right? So, if you are looking to jump in on Jupiter, I would just, like I said, have patience. The one thing I was saying about Jupiter is that I don't like, market cap's pretty high, right under $1 billion, but the circulating supply is only at 13.5%. I don't like that. I do not like that whatsoever. Even though they just dropped, they're probably not going to release, coins or tokens for a very long time. I know they're going to be doing airdrops in the next 3 years, right? They're going to be doing, just like they just did an airdrop, they're going to do another one in 2025, 2026. So I'm sure that's probably why they have such a small circulating supply. But even with that knowledge, remember, they're going to be doing airdrops, right? In the next few years. There's still going to be some solid sell pressure out there. So, just be careful with Jupiter is all I'm saying. So let's see here. See what I missed here. So Crypto said DeFi is wild, man. You got to be smart and not greedy. You can gain 100% gains daily in the DeFi world if you're smart, for sure. And I like what you say about being greedy, because you know what? That's been me a couple times in the last few weeks where I'm up like 2x and I'm like, I'm just gonna ride it, and you come back 5 minutes later and it's down like, and now I'm down like 30%. I'm like, damn it. Like, it's just like you get that greed takes over and you're like, what if this is going to be the next bunk? And then it bunks you, right? So yeah, I understand DeFi. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of people, they stick and move for DeFi. They jump in and they're out. They jump in, they jump out, jump in, jump out. And these are just a bunch of projects. That's why I was telling everybody with Myro and all these other projects when they were pumping, I was like, listen, they do have hype behind them. Myro, Bunk, Dog with Hat, they have hype behind them right now, right? It's always short term for DeFi. It's always short term. Some last longer than others, but usually it's very short term, and people will get their profits and they move on to another, whatever is the next hot thing that's about to drop on DeFi. So that's why I was telling everybody, be very careful buying, at some of these numbers, because it looks like it was the top, and it sure enough it was for all of them. So easy strategy to get in at 100,000 and sell in at every 500,000. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Easy strategy to get in at 100,000 and sell in at every 500,000. Let's see. Anytime these projects are done, they're done. I hear you, and that's why I didn't really go crazy like buying in on Myro. I didn't go any crazy. I think Myro still has a hype behind it, though. I really do. I believe a lot of people felt like they missed out on Myro, and they might end up. There might be one more nice little bounce. So that's why I bought some in. Nothing crazy though, right? Nothing compared to like my bag of Milady and other other projects that I truly believe in. Free was saying, what's going on? Just added another 4 billion to ladies. Jasmine next. Randy said, explain your. Oh, you're talking to Crypto? Explain your 100,000, 500,000 thing. Did I say something about 100,000, 500,000? You guys tell me. I'm lost here a little bit on that one. You guys let me know. But while we wait for the response on that, let's see here. So Bitcoin still sitting at around 43,000. There was something I was looking at the other earlier. Let me see something here. It had something to do with the moving averages. I will tell you guys. So you guys see how we were. Is this? Let's see here. So 8th February. So you guys can see how we've been kind of we were having these like decent swings, right? But in the last few days for Bitcoin particularly, you can see we have literally been like, it's been getting real fine. A lot of times when that happens, there's usually we're in the mix of a big break. And looking right here, look at this. This is going to be your 20-day SMA. I'm looking at the 1 hour chart right now. You can see the 20 and the 50-day are about to merge, right? They're about to merge. You can see, look at the price action. It is literally staying in between this 50 and 20, there's going to be some kind of a breakout here soon. I'm predicting it. There's going to be some kind of a breakout. Hopefully it's to the upside, right? Everything seems to be leaning towards the upside. So hopefully we will stay above. This is going to be that orange is going to be your 50-day SMA. Hopefully we stay above this 50-day SMA and bounce towards the upside. I wouldn't be surprised, like I keep telling you guys, in this next week, we're somewhere back up towards the 44,000 marks, and we're on our way back up. Hopefully eyeing down that 50,000. So let's see here. Dottie said, what make you think that Milady will go to the moon? So the reason why I'm a big believer in Milady particularly is a couple things, right? A couple things. First is, I'm going to bring up, first thing for Milady is that, she's already trading on a lot of major exchanges. She's already on a lot of major exchanges right now. So it's not a DeFi project. You can get a lot of early investors that don't know anything about DeFi. They can easily go to their crypto.com, KuCoin, a lot of these big exchanges and buy Milady directly, right? The fact that I keep telling you guys the market cap is a big selling point. Only at $42 million. This thing in the next bull run, like I keep saying, has the potential to really make some big moves. So the fact that it's at such a small market cap, easily accessible as far as on major exchanges, the circulating supply is above 82% as far as what's already in circulating supply, and the fact that a lot of people already know about Milady. The community has been building. We've been building in the last year. Remember, Elon Musk tweeted about Milady, and this is what really started the whole, Milady move, right? I'm not saying that he's going to do that again, but just the fact that he's only tweeted about certain things, like mostly Dogecoin, right? The fact that, and you guys saw what Dogecoin did, the fact that he tweeted, even though it was 8 months ago, and it was a Milady NFT, I mean, that really opened up a lot of eyes and it made a lot of people, at least Milady, go across the board for them, right? A lot of people saw, okay, what is this Milady coin? Oh, okay. A lot of people came and went as far as that big pump whenever it dropped. But what I'm getting to is that just that exposure was a plus for Milady. Market cap so low, right? The fact that you can trade on major exchanges, I think that Milady has the potential to do, and I'm not saying as far as market cap, maybe Milady doesn't get to the top, meme coin market cap. Maybe there's another market cap that we don't know of, or maybe, that's already out right now that might hit that 40 or $50 billion market cap during the next bull run. Maybe, like I said, Milady gets to $2 to $8 billion. But Milady, where it's at right now, if it goes up to that $8 or $10 billion market cap, that's like 160 to 200x. Let's say Bunk, that's at $600 or $700 million. If it goes up to $10 billion, that's only a 12x, right? So what I'm saying is the potential for the gains for Milady is, it looks like it's going to be a lot easier to obtain with Milady versus a lot of these other meme coins that are already at $500 million market cap or more. So that's why I think that Milady is going to definitely do very well. I'm not saying, I hope that she's one of the top meme coins, because that means that we're talking, a big market cap. But even if Milady jumps up, even if Milady goes to $1 billion, that's still a 22x from where we're at right now. So imagine if you have $1,000 and we just get to $1 billion, that's a 22x from where we're at right now. Not too many projects are going to do that. We think Milady's going to do a lot more than just $1 billion. So that's my opinion, right? So let's see here. Prodigy said, been MIA, hope all is well with you. Yeah, what's up, Prodigy? How you doing, brother, man? Thank you for joining. And Free said, not to mention, Ladies follows Bitcoin Lovely, just like some of the other projects. She does, but you know what? Today, Free, she's not following Bitcoin today. She's not following them today. Look at Bitcoin in the orange and look at Milady in the blue. You can see Milady definitely is Milady's doing, pretty good today. Like I said, even if today is just a quick pump and then we retrace back to, where we were at, or maybe even a little bit higher than where we're at, it does not matter. Does not matter because of the fact that, like I keep telling you guys, she's just giving you more of an opportunity to continue to dollar cost average in, because right now, I've been telling you, we're at the mercy of Bitcoin, right? So we're not going to see, Milady just, unless something, crazy happens for Milady, we're not going to see Milady just start, 10xing right now while Bitcoin is kind of just sitting around 43,000. It's not going to happen. But as we start moving, and Bitcoin starts moving up towards 50,000 and we get past 50,000, that's when you're going to start seeing not just Milady, but the alts come back alive, right? So let's check on Milady real quick and see what she's up to. So you can see we bounced. Remember, we dropped down towards this 236 at around the 57. And you can see we are sitting looking like we want to go for another run here. Let's go to the 1 minute real quick. Look at how clean she bounced off of that fib that I drew before we even made the drop. Look at how clean she dropped right there. Bounced right there perfectly at the 236. I swear, it's like she's like, all right, he made the fib retracement. That's where we can find our support. Just kidding. But yeah, it looks good. She looks like she's going for like we had a clean bounce. Let's see if we can break this little local high right here at the 59 and jump up towards 60. So let's see here. What market cap would it be if we 1000x? Well, let's see here. Let's see if I can do the math in my head without pulling out a calculator. So 10x on $42 million would be 420, right? If we jumped up, 10x would be 400. If we jumped up to 100x, that would be 4.2 billion, right? So if we did a 1000x, you ready for it? Drum roll, would be $42 billion would be 1000x from where we're at right now. $42 billion. That's what Shiba did. I'm not saying that we can't, it's just, like I was saying before, back in 2021, it was a little bit different because there was only two main meme coins that were really the top headline, right? It was Shiba and Doge. I think in this time around, we're going to have probably like around 5 top contenders of meme coins is what I think, right? So you have to remember, you look at the top of Doge and you look at the top of Shiba, and well, let's look them up. Let's see. So Shiba, I know it was at around 50 or $40 billion, right? But let's look it up as far as market cap. What the hell is this? They always do this. They pull up these like fake Shibas. All right, so let's look up the market cap and let's look at its all-time high. So look at that. So Shiba's all-time high was $44 billion, right? And let's look up Doge. Let's look up Dogecoin. I can't believe Dogecoin's still at the top 10. $11 billion. That's crazy. Let's see here. Market cap. Let's look at Doge. Damn, I didn't know Doge got that high up. Look what Dogecoin did. $74 billion market cap. Isn't that freaking insane? That's absolutely insane. But what I want to point out, so you throw 44 and then you throw in 74, right? That's about $130 billion. So $130 billion to split between the two meme coins, right? Now imagine if we have about 150 billion to split between 5 meme coins this time around, right? Is what I'm saying. We might not see, I hope I'm wrong, but we might not see $70 billion market cap for one of the memes. It might be a little bit more conservative because it's split across maybe 5 meme coins this time. Back in 2021, there was only 2 major meme coins. So you saw these massive market caps because there was only 2 really top contenders. I'm thinking there might be maybe 2 to 5 contenders this time around. So you're going to see that $150 billion split between possibly 5 or maybe even more projects. So you might see, maybe 1 or 2 of the top, like the top 2 at around $20 to $40 billion. And then you might see the other ones at around maybe $5 to $10 billion market caps, right? But like I keep telling you guys, regardless, I want to see Milady get up to $40 billion, right? Obviously, we all want to see that. But even if we jump up in our high this bull run is $10 billion, I mean, think about this. That's 160, 180x from where we're at right now. I mean, that's massive, massive gains. And that's why I just keep telling you guys, when we have dips for Milady, obviously not financial advice, but, if you're financially able to, just keep, just dollar cost averaging in. Just keep adding to your bag. Keep adding to your bag. It's going to pay off in the long run, I believe. We're doing good on likes. 32 people here, 28 likes. Good job, guys. Good job. You guys like the earlier streams? I know I don't mind it, right? Still got my whole day ahead of me. And let me tell you guys this. If later on Milady is going crazy, I promise you I will literally stop everything I'm doing and we will break. I will put a schedule live up to where it'll pop up for you guys as long as you're subscribed. You'll see it's scheduled for a certain time, and we'll come right back in here and check out everything that's going on. For sure. So, Milady looks like she's going on another bounce. That'd be beautiful, right? That'd be beautiful if we have a solid Saturday where Milady's like the top contender. And then another thing too is, imagine a lot of people, they search like, what's the top, project today? What's up today? Right now, Milady's going across their board, right? Maybe people that don't even know about Milady. And this is why I was telling you guys, as we start moving into this bull run and Milady starts making really big moves, that's what's going to bring in the hype, right? The hype is going to set in eventually. That's what's going to bring in the volume. The volume is going to bring up the market cap, and that's what's going to bring in the listings on Binance, the listings on Coinbase. Because remember, those big exchanges, they make money off of transactions. We have to bring our volume up, right? We have to bring the hype up. The volume's going to come in. Market cap's going to come up. We're going to get listings on Binance, Coinbase, and that's what's going to be the ultimate ingredient. Also, with the market, it has to be doing well as well, right? But all that set in place, Milady is set to do some crazy things here. Crazy things. Let's look at some news real quick while we are watching this pump. So let's see here. Bitcoin price predictions as BTC pumps past 43,000. Resistance 50,000 Bitcoin incoming. Look at this clickbait. Just kidding. They got me. So amid involving cryptocurrency landscapes, BTC assets beyond the 43,000 threshold, marking around a 0.2% uptick, fuels Bitcoin's price predictions as it advances towards 50,000. So just reading that first sentence, do you see how different this article is from just 2 weeks ago? Remember, 2 weeks ago, it would have been an article of Bitcoin broke 40,000. How much farther is it going to go down, right? But look, 2 weeks later, you see what the narrative has changed to? Back to bullish, right? And that's why I said things change very rapidly. Things change very fast. When we're on our ways, when we're having these dips and the market is boring, or we're in the middle of dips, don't play into it. Take it as an opportunity, and just, if you're able to financially, keep dollar cost averaging in, not just only on Milady, but whatever your favorite alts are that you think are going to be doing well in this next bull run. Remember, we always say this on the channel, big market caps, mid market caps, and small market caps. You want to have a nice spectrum of them all, right? Those small market caps are going to be those gems, hopefully Milady, that are going to do those 100x. Those mid-market caps are going to be those gems that are possibly going to do anywhere from maybe 2 to 10x, right? And then those big market caps are going to be the ones that if we have any dips or anything like that, it's going to keep your portfolio at least a little stable. If you have nothing but small market caps, when we have dips, your portfolio is going to drop 40, 50% fast, right? Because the smaller the market cap, the more dramatic the drops are. So if you have a full spectrum, right? Full spectrum. When we're going, if we're heading down or whatever the case is, you're going to be a little bit more stable on your market caps, or I mean on your portfolio, right? Now the opposite for the big market caps, obviously, like something like Bitcoin, you can say like what in this next bull run, what is Bitcoin going to do? Possibly a 2x, maybe a 2.5x, somewhere around there. A 2.5x would put Bitcoin above $100,000, right? But you're not really looking at buying on a Bitcoin right now and getting 100x, right? Because we know that's not going to happen anytime soon. Maybe longevity down, years from now, maybe, but you're not going to get that 100x from Bitcoin. But what you're going to get from having Bitcoin or Ethereum, or even like Solana, something like that has a big market cap, you're going to get that stability in your portfolio, right? And that's what you're going to want. That's what you're going to want. So that's just my opinion. So let's see here. Randy said, so Pepe or ladies, you're going to start this rumble in here, Randy? You're really going to start that? You're going to get people going here, bro. Just kidding. So we'll get back to this article real quick. One thing that we always say about, in the channel is we always joke about, when in the next bull run, cause I tell everybody, don't write off Pepe. Do not write off Pepe. Pepe earns all of our respect because this thing did massively during the bear market, right? Pepe was like the top meme coin during the bear market, right? So while everything was down, Pepe was able to jump up over $1 billion market cap like nothing, right? And that's what I'm telling you, the power of hype. Whenever a hype gets behind a project, whether it has good fundamentals or it's just a meme coin, hype moves things fast in crypto, right? And you saw how Pepe just broke out. Everybody like your grandma were asking about Pepe, right? For a solid like 3 or 4 weeks. What I'm getting to is I think Pepe is going to do something like a big breakout during this next bull run. I think that Pepe is going to be one of those top 5 meme coins when we get into this bull run. I still predict, right? So we have a kind of like a joke running on the channel that Milady and Pepe are going to be like literally battling each other, in this next bull run. So if you're to ask me which one do I think has potential for better gains? Milady, because Milady has a smaller market cap. Which one do I think is going to do good in the bull run? Both of them, right? I think they're both going to do great. So, I pretty much answered. I think Milady is going to have a better the gains wise, just because the market cap is a lot smaller than Pepe, and we'll pull up Pepe's market cap. Remember, Milady's at 42 million, right? Pepe is at almost 400 million. So for Milady to get for Milady to get to where Pepe is, that's a 9x. A 9x just to get to where Pepe is. So imagine if both projects go up to $2 billion, Milady's is going to do, twice as much gains than what Pepe did. If not more, it's going to do more than that, right? Because right now, Pepe is almost 10 times the market cap of what Milady has. So what I'm getting to is I think they're both going to do great. You're going to have better opportunity for better gains in Milady, my opinion. And let's see here. Tanker said, do you think Robinhood will list Milady meme coin first before Coinbase or Binance? Bro, you know what? I honestly don't even like Robinhood. I don't even like on the last bull run, everybody was like Robinhood, because a lot of people traded on Robinhood, right? And after the CME big thing where I'm what is the company called? The damn GameStop. After the GameStop, if you guys remember, GameStop started going crazy, right? And Robinhood stopped all transactions, right? They stopped all transactions. They got a bad reputation on a lot of people because a lot of people that were in GameStop were crypto people, right? On Reddit and stuff like that. So what I'm getting to is after that debacle, Robinhood was able to stay afloat, and they still are, but they really, I don't think there's a Robinhood effect anymore. Now, would adding any kind of major exchange for Milady would be a plus. I just don't think it would be that plus that we're looking for. I think Coinbase and Binance are going to be a better outlook as far as whenever they get listed onto those platforms versus like a Robinhood, is my opinion. Because at the end of the day, I don't really think of a lot of people using Robinhood to trade crypto much. I really don't. I'm sure that they have a lot of people that still do, but most people don't use Robinhood for whatever reason, so that's my opinion. But any kind of freaking any kind of exchange that adds, any project is a plus, right? Because it's more exposure for that project. So let's see here. Maurice said Pepe is connected to Trump 2024. Is Trump pumping Pepe? You never know, right? Wouldn't that be hilarious if Trump comes out and he's like, I'm supporting Pepe, like on Truth Social or something like that? Pepe would honestly go nuts. That's hilarious. Randy said, I have more Pepe than ladies is why I asked. Oh, I hear you, man. Listen, obviously not financial advice. You do whatever you got to do. I think they're both going to do great. I honestly think they're both going to do great. So, I mean, I don't think holding both of them, I think you're in the plus side, right? So maybe during some dips for Milady, maybe you can, just accumulate, more, as time goes, right? Hopefully you have that chance. Rocky said, good afternoon, everyone from Fort Lauderdale. What's going on, Florida boy? What's going on? We got a lot of Florida people in here. Tim, what's going on, brother? Didn't mean to miss you. Tim said, let's go, Milady. March 8th is coming. Tim, what's March 8th? I saw you put a comment on that. Can you explain? I think I missed something. What's going on March 8th? What am I missing here? What am I missing? Let's see what Milady's doing. Look at that beautiful bounce that we saw. Beautiful, beautiful bounce. She looks great, guys. She honestly looks great. Going back, because I know I was like, I have freaking ADD on here, right? I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm sorry, guys. So this momentum coincides with U.S. legislators scrutinizing the SEC's cryptocurrency oversight, highlighting Bitcoin's enduring appeal amidst regulatory debates. I mean, yeah. So the point of that article that I wanted to point out was that, things are looking, again, bullish out there, right? You see the articles coming out, they're looking bullish. This was, we covered this the other day. Young kid freaking was able to accumulate on that Jupiter airdrop $1.1 million using nearly 10,000 wallets. So this kid, I don't know how the hell he kept up with it. 17 years old. He had 9,500 wallets open, right? And he was making just dollar transactions, buying and selling dollar transactions on Jupiter, right? The last like couple months, and was able to, out of that 9,000 wallets, 9,000 plus wallets, he got airdropped over $1.1 million. 17 years old. He already sold off, from what I heard, he sold off, I wonder if it's going to tell us right here. It seemed that someone made $1.17 million on the airdrop. I forgot what he sold off already. I believe he sold off, oh yeah, right here. Then sold 1.4 million in Jupiter. Right there. 1.4 million Jupiters. Oh, because he called it at the top for $900,000 at 63 cents and deposited 121,000 in Jupiter, 77,000 in Bybit. Damn. The wallet currently has 319,000 Jupiters, which is about $200,000 left currently. That's crazy. Smart kid though, right? Isn't that crazy? 17 years old, was able to pretty much, take advantage of an airdrop like that. I think next time around, they're going to do something where they're going to figure out a way to where, because right now, so they're going to have another airdrop every year coming for the next couple years. And it's based off of your transactions, right? Each wallet is going to get some, a range of whatever they give out, per your transactions. Well, I think this year they're going to probably tweak it a little bit to where it's only eligible transactions are going to be like above $10 or something, right? Or whatever the case is, because at the end of the day, Jupiter, how they're making their money is through transactions as well. Think of them as an exchange or a swap. So every time you exchanging on Jupiter, which I love Jupiter, every time you're doing an exchange, the fees are very small, right? But they're making money off of exchanges. So that's why they have these airdrops, because they're trying to encourage users to use the swap and make swaps on there, because every time someone swaps, even if the transaction's only a 10 cent or 20 cent transaction, you got to remember you're one of millions of people that are using Jupiter. So every day they're bringing in, the volume has been outrageous on Jupiter alone. So let's see here. Jojo said March 8th, International Women's Day. Oh, okay. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope that's a good move for Milady, right? Daddy said, if I make some big wins with ladies, I invite you on a dinner. Yeah, for sure. And we're being serious, the whole channel, and we're talking about everybody, we have like almost 1,200 people on the channel, right? We've all been talking about if and when Milady does something where, hypothetically speaking, let's say we get up to $10 billion, we're maybe going to do something where it's centralized, where we can, if you're able to, somewhere in the States, where we're going to do some kind of a Milady's convention, right? Where we're going to do something where all the Milady users can all just meet up, and maybe have some kind of a celebration for Milady. So I know it's like, are you really going to do that? Maybe, right? We'll see how it goes. I'm sure everybody's going to be definitely wanting to do that if Milady does some kind of a move to where she jumps up to 10, 20, 30 billion dollars, right? Because if you see some of the wallets that some of the people come in here, we had one guy like a month ago tell us that he had over $1 trillion Milady, which is like $80,000 in just Milady. Imagine if Milady does 100 or 200x. That's like a freaking $8 million plus $8 million wallet right there alone, just for Milady. So, and a lot of people in here are holding tight on Milady, 100 plus billion, 100 billion plus of Milady in their wallets. So I'm not necessarily up there yet, but I am knocking on 100 billion door here soon, right? But I don't care if you guys have 1 billion, 100 million Milady, right? Everybody will be invited to that celebration, and I think if you hold on to anything of Milady, whatever it is, you're gonna see some positive, positive things come out of that. Now your gains might not be as much as someone that has $50,000 in Milady, obviously, but even holding on to any kind of Milady is definitely gonna do good when we get into this next bull run for sure. So let's see here. So just to recap. So Bitcoin right now trading in a very fine level right here. You guys can see last time we did something like this was not too long ago, but we saw actually a breakdown towards the downside, I believe. But this was obviously, we were going through all the sell pressure for the ETFs. Right now things have changed. I think we're going to be doing pretty good. And if you were to ask right now, as we start getting finer and finer, we're going to see some kind of a breakout. I think we're going to be moving towards the upside. I honestly believe we're going to be moving towards the upside. So 43,000 might be in the might be in the rearview mirror here soon, and we might be breaking up towards at least getting back up here towards this 44,000 is what I think. We're obviously, we're going to need to break this 43.8 as probably some resistance, just because it was this little local high. But if we start pumping, how Bitcoin goes. She starts ripping, we'll definitely start ripping. It's really, me personally, it's not about where we rip to, it's where we retrace back to, right? So if we rip up, let's say we rip up and we break this 45,000 and we start retracing, because there's always going to be a retrace. If we can hold, some of these solid spots, that's going to be a very bullish move and just setting us up for, more runs down the road. And we're going to be obviously starting at higher spots, right? If we rip, let's say we rip up to 44,000 and then she drops back down to 41,000, we're going to have to do that all over again. So you want to see, whenever we rip, where are we retracing, right? Where are we finding support is really the important thing in my eyes. So that's pretty much it. So Milady looking good. We're sitting at about 58 right now. We'll definitely check it out. Remember, guys, if we start ripping today and we're moving up even more, I don't be surprised if you get an alert, and I'm going to be going live again a little bit later on for sure. So we'll definitely, I'll keep an eye on Milady all day today, as I'm sure all of us will, and we'll see how this plays out. Again, if we move up, we will be coming live again. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys can get those instant alerts whenever we do post videos. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to come out, give you guys a little bit of hopium. Hope you guys have a great Saturday today. It looks like it's gonna be a great day today, right? Looks like it's gonna be a great day today. You guys go out, get some fresh air. If you're not snowed in, like like some people are in Canada, hopefully you guys have some good weather where we're at, and you guys can take advantage of just the day. It's Saturday, so I hope you guys, if you're not working, take advantage of it. Take a little break from the charts and go, just go do something, right? So other than that, guys, hit that like, make sure you're subscribed, and I thank you guys so much for everything you guys have been doing, the support for the channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight, right? Hopefully. All right, guys, have a great day.